I have two amazing sons, and one of the ways I've commissioned them to help around the house and give back is to do the dishes. And now, coming up, I've never loved doing the dishes. I'm grown, I don't like to do the dishes now, so I don't expect them to do this task with joy and pleasure, but I do expect them to do it. And as they've grown older now, they've become very good about doing this task without being asked. Many times now, I don't have to make noise about it. I don't have to yell or anything. They usually come in the kitchen, whoever it is, and if they see dishes there to be done, they just do it, which I love, but it wasn't always that way. And I remember one time, years back, I'd come home after a long day, and I noticed that, they were both home, and there was a bunch of dishes in the sink. So, I yelled to one of them, "Hey son, can you please come handle these dishes?" And I guess that particular son was in the middle of playing video games or whatever, so his response to me was to ask me what his brother was doing at the time. And I got a little upset, and I was like, if I wanted your brother to handle these dishes, I know where his room is, I know where he is, I would have asked him to do it. I'm not asking him to do it, I'm asking you to do it. So again, can you come handle these dishes for me? And as I think back on that story, I think about Jesus and a little situation or interaction he had with his disciples after he had been risen from the dead, after he was resurrected. He met with Peter and some of the other disciples. I think it was on the shore after they had been fishing, and he kind of gave Peter a charge. This was after Peter had denied him. He kind of reinstated him and gave him a charge as to what he wanted to do moving forward. And after Jesus spoke with him, he said, "Follow me." And as they were walking along, Peter noticed that another one of the disciples was following closely behind them. And Peter asked Jesus, what about him? And Jesus basically said to him, if I want this disciple to remain alive until I return, what is that to you? You follow me. And what Jesus was basically saying in a roundabout way is, I need you to mind your business. You don't know what me and this disciple have discussed. You don't know what task I've given him. That's between me and him. I've given you a task, you a charge, you a job. Just do what I ask you to do. Don't worry about it. And I say all this to say, we've never been more distracted as a society, as a world, as we are right now. There's so many things that are vying or competing for our attention in this day and age. And we're distracted. We're very distracted right now. And not only that, we've never had so much access to each other's lives as we are now. So now, not only are we distracted, we're comparing our lives to other people's lives. We're comparing our calling to other people's calling. And what I feel in this season that God wants us to do is to mind our business. There's something that we all know. There's something that God is calling us to do overall, or even in this current season that we find ourselves in. But what's happening to so many of us, myself included, is that we're just focusing on what somebody else is doing. And a celebrity or a neighbor or whatever, our co-worker, we're so focused on what other people are doing that we're not paying attention to the things that God is calling us to do in this season. So I really truly pray that God would give us, whoever's watching this video right now, the wisdom, the courage, and the strength and the discernment to know what we're supposed to be doing in this current season and to focus on it with all our heart, with all the energy we have to focus on whatever it is we're supposed to be doing in this current season, and to have tunnel vision about that, and to I wouldn't even say not to be concerned with anything else, but not to be overly concerned, not to be distracted. Because there's things that are important that we should be doing, that we know we should be doing, things that God has put in our hearts, things to accomplish, whatever that is. And there's no way we could properly do that if we're constantly comparing ourselves to somebody else or distracted by what somebody else is doing, what this celebrity is doing, what this other person is doing. So the phrase moving forward is mind your business. That goes for me too. Mind your business. Do the things that you know that God is calling you to in this season. And don't worry about anything else. Mind your business. Love y'all. Be encouraged. God bless.